Hey, it's Jake Gagne. Thanks for watching MotoAmerica on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Keep tuning in.
Yeah, it looks like Xavi Flores didn't get off the line, but it's got to be Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki's Ty Scott as Xavi Flores trying to go up the inside, late braking up the hill, and Flores seemingly coming from nowhere to take over the lead just like that. A lot of experience for Flores as now the Vision Wheel M4X Star Suzuki GSXR 750 teammates. That's Teague Hobbs right there. And there's Torrin Collins, who's right behind Jake Lewis on the Disrupt Racing GSXR 750.
Incredible to see that Flores was able to gather that up going up that big steep hill, because he did not get the best jump. And I actually think that's Dave Anthony just trying to go up the inside of Jake Lewis, who goes past Teague Hobbs there. So Jake Lewis jumps in there, and you can see Josh Hayes trying to work all these guys right now. Josh loses the front in front of the field.
And Hayes is down right at the apex of the corner. That's a really dangerous spot for Hayes.
I'm so glad. That could have ended up a lot worse than it was. Josh held that thing on his knee for such a long time. He got out in that dirty stuff, didn't he?
He certainly did. He was trying to go around the outside, was Hayes, and that front went away, and it took about a month for him to hit the deck as Flores has a look behind him to see who's close. But Jay, you're absolutely right. David Anthony on the Wrench Cycles GSXR 750 was the rider. I look at the outside there as Hayes. Jay, talk about it.
Yeah, you see, he just gets out on that dirty part of the track. You see the front start tucking right there, and he holds it up on his knee for a long time, and then now it starts to buck a little bit. But this could have been a lot worse. Josh held onto this bike pretty well there, and that bike was not going to get out in front of all these other riders. So for the number 4, Josh Hayes, just happy to see him up and okay. I'm sure he got restarted as well.
So for the Squid Hunter Racing Yamaha R6 rider, he's making a go at it from the back of the field. Does it look like Jake Lewis having a bit of an issue? But it's Warhorse HSBK Racing's Ducati Panigale, the V2 of Xavi Flores, this 37-year-old from Spain, out front as we expected. And there is the rest of the field as they start to sort themselves out. David Anthony is the bike in the middle of your screen, the number 52 on the black and red GSXR 750, just behind that bright orange Disrupt Racing.
And that's the 14 of Torrin Collins that you talked about a few minutes ago, Greg, right behind David.
Torrin Collins, of course, is Canadian, and he's down here. He races in the Spanish Championship in the Moto3 class, and he's here as, well, kind of a wild card as we have a pass for the lead. It looks like it's going to be Ty Scott who goes around Xavi Flores and takes over the lead for the moment, but they're going to go, and Flores goes right around the outside.
Right back, so he cuts it back up underneath him. Ty Scott with a nice move. Flores very crafty as they get into this very technical turn. 3, 4, 5, 6, Greg. This is a series of switchbacks, and the interesting thing about this is if you look at those
outside, and we've seen high temperatures for these motorcycles, and of course high temperatures for the cooling system, as Torrin Collins makes a move now to go to the rear wheel of his teammate.
Listen, he's done a great job, this young man here. We haven't got to see him in the States. I was lucky enough to be around him.
From compound to compound, he said it kind of varies. Anything 40 degrees Celsius and above, they'd recommend the R3, but it depends on the rider's comfort overall. He said 50 degrees Celsius, so about 122 Fahrenheit, and higher, all bets are off. He said you won't see any real difference in lap time per se. They're more so fighting the...
Ty Scott goes underneath him, but you'll see how relaxed he is once they come out of this corner. He almost sits up in a way of showing that he wasn't really ready to go back down underneath them.
When it's this hot outside. David Anthony going up the inside and can't get the bike stopped, can't get it turned. And so then Anthony, Aussie Dave, has got some work to do as Torrin Collins does the right thing and just lets Dave Anthony do his thing.
And that's a product of this track, and I think as you get hotter, obviously the heat's going to come into play. Like I said, you see him popping out there.
Yeah.
Maybe him leading is better than following. Maybe that's going to make it to where his bike can stay a little bit cooler. Made that look relatively easy, but you come down through this section, and this is all pretty good stuff. Like you come through turn 2, turn 3 is really fast, knee on the deck here, and then you got this Series S. Unless he's got a problem with the bike, yeah, it's a red flag.
Red flag.
I could see when he put his leg out like that, figured something was going on, but we still had bikes racing past our commentary position, so I wasn't sure, but we'll get an idea of where this is and what the problem is. What is there, 3 laps to go, Greg? So,
yeah, we had we had 6 riders that came across the stripe to finish that lap with 3 laps to go. So with the red flag out, it was Xavi Flores leading Ty Scott, Teague Hobbs. Torrin Collins was in 4th. Yeah, and there's a bike down in the middle of the racetrack. And we don't see the number on that one.
I think that at 37 years old, he's a young 37 years old, new dad and all that. And I think he wants a shot on Superbike. And I think when you heard him talk about it prior to this weekend, it was like, I just want to get this championship over so I can.